Hi guys, welcome back to my videos. This is a pattern video, so if you're here for the baby hedgehog, then you are here for the right thing. Here is the list of what you'll need. You'll need a 5.5mm hook, or that's what I used, a darning needle, stitch marker, this 6 size push yarn for the body, and then faux fur for the back, and then I used a size 16mm safety eyes, but you can use 14 or even 18. So first we're going to chain 9, so make your beginning stitch and then you're going to chain 9. So I will show you guys through the whole video how I do this. So there's this chain 9, and then we're going to start from the second chain or stitch from the hook, and you're going to single crochet 7 all the way down the chain. So 7 single crochets down the chain. Okay, so now on the last stitch, we're going to single crochet 3 in that one stitch. And that'll be the last on this chain, on this row. And then we are going to turn our work to the other side. So we're going to continue in the round, and we're going to continue across. We're going to single crochet 6 all the way down, and then when we get to the last stitch, I'll show you what to do. Okay, so we're in the last stitch. You're going to single crochet 2 in that one stitch, and then this will give us 18 stitches all the way around. So now what we're going to do is move on to round 2. We're going to do 2 increases. Don't forget to put your stitch marker. So one stitch will have 2, the next stitch will have 2, and then we're going to move on to 7 single crochets down the row. Now when we get to the end, we're going to do 2 more increases, so 2 in one stitch and 2 in the next stitch, and these are single crochets increases. Then we're going to do 7 more single crochets down the row. And then at the end, we will take out our stitch marker and move on. So we're going to do it 1 increase in one stitch, a single crochet in the next stitch, and then another increase in the next stitch. Again, don't forget to put your stitch marker at the beginning. And now we're going to do 8 single crochets. Now we're going to do an increase and then 1 single crochet in one stitch, another increase in the next stitch, and then 8 single crochets to the end. This will give you 26 stitches in this row, in this round. This is what it should look like. Now we're on round 4. We're going to do 2 increase stitches, so 2 in the first stitch, 2 in the next stitch. Then we're going to do a single crochet. Don't forget your stitch marker. And then we're going to do 2 more increases. So one stitch will have 2, the next stitch will have 2, and then we will do 8 single crochets. Now we'll do 2 more increases. So 2 single crochets in one stitch, 2 in the next stitch, and then 1 single crochet, and then 2 more increases, and then we'll do 8 more single crochets to the end. This will give you 34 stitches total on round 4. Alright, so then we're down to round 5, 6, and 7. We're just going to single crochet all the way around in each stitch, so 34 single crochets around. Don't forget to place your stitch marker at each beginning round. So this will be 3 rounds of 34 single crochet. I apologize for the in and out. I did not know my camera was doing this. So a little bit while we're doing these rounds, because this is pretty easy, I have been sitting on this pattern for a while and my friends have been telling me to record it. So here is this beautiful baby hedgehog pattern for you guys, and I hope you guys like it. It was very easy and simple, so I hope it's easy and simple for you. Alright, so we did our 3 rounds. Now we're on round 8. We're gonna do 6 single crochets and then a decrease, and I will show you how to decrease in just a moment. Don't forget to place your stitch marker at the beginning. Alright, so you're going to take 1 stitch in the front loop only, right here, and then front loop only on the second stitch, and then pull your hook through and then finish it out. So you're going to do that, and then you're going to do 16 single crochets. Now we're going to decrease one more time. So front loop of both, and then pull through and pull, finish. Now we're going to do 8 more single crochets to the end, and this will give you 32 stitches around. Now round 9, we're going to do 2 single crochets and then a decrease, 2 single crochets and then decrease. You're going to do that, and that's in the parentheses. You're going to do that 8 times. Don't forget your stitch marker and follow along. By the end of this round, you will have 24 stitches. Alright, now we're in round 10. You're going to single crochet 1 stitch and then decrease another stitch, and you'll do that 8 times. Don't forget to place your stitch marker so you don't lose your spot, and by the end of this round you will have 16 stitches. Alright, round 10 is done. This is what it should be looking like. Round 11, we have 8 decreases around, and you will end with 8 stitches. Don't forget your stitch marker. And it will be beginning to look more like this potato shape. That's what we want. Okay, so now you're done with the crocheting the body. We're gonna leave a long tail so that we can sew it together. This is about how big I leave mine. Okay. Should be round like this. And now we're gonna place the eyes. You're gonna put them at the top of rounds, between rounds 3 and 4. And each eye is going to have about 3 or 4 stitches in between the eyes. So each eye will go between rounds 3 and 4 on either side at the top, and then 3 stitches, or 4 if it looks better, in between each eye. So it looks good there, just like that. Okay, now we're going to stuff. So you need some polyfill or whatever stuffing you use. I use polyfill. And we're going to stuff it pretty firmly. And just keep adding polyfill until I feel like it is firm enough. And yeah, you keep squeezing it, make sure it's firm enough. All right, so then we're going to take our darning needle and you're going to sew it closed. And I just go in and out of each stitch. And then once you get to the end, you'll pull it tight and it'll sew that hole closed. And then you're gonna fasten off. I like to kind of make a tie or something, whatever you want to call that, tie it or make it tight, and then you're gonna hide the ends, pull it through another stitch, and then you're going to cut off the excess like I'm doing here, and you have a little potato. But we're gonna keep going and make a hedgehog, so trust the process, and we're gonna move on to the arms and feet. Insert your hook, and we're gonna do a bobble stitch in the hook, stitch either one below, like we'll leave one stitch in between the eye and the bobble, or you could do 2 if it looks better that way. When you do your bobble, you're gonna do a 4 stitch bobble, so you're gonna have 5 on your 5 loops on your hook, and then you're gonna pull through. You're gonna basically slip stitch through the stitch next to the one that we used. So I went through the 3rd row for the bobble, and then the 4th row for finishing it, and then you're going to hide the ends by weaving them in or cutting them off. I like to tie these ends together because it makes the bobble look a little bit more round, and then I'll hide in my ends that way. So we're going to do that and then repeat it for a second arm. And we have 2 arms now. So now we're going to skip 1 or 2 stitches below the arms and do the feet. And we're going to do the same thing, but this one is going to be a 5 stitch bobble. So when you have the loops on your hook, it will be 6 loops before you pull through. If you need any help with a bobble stitch, there's plenty on YouTube here. I may in the future go ahead and make one for you guys, but at the moment I do not. I apologize. So now you see we have the 6 loops, I'm sorry. Pull through, we're gonna slip stitch next to it, and then again I like to tie off the ends and then hide the tails. So it makes these cute little bobble feet, and then we'll do it again. So we'll repeat that process for the second leg. And this is what it looks like. Trust the process. Let's move on to the snout and the nose. So I like to do the 2-chain method. You can do magic ring or magic circle, whichever you call it. But we're going to do 4 single crochet in this circle. And then you're going to go around and do 4 single crochets in each of those. So you'll have 4 stitches. I like to put my stitch marker at the beginning so I don't lose my spot. And then we're going to turn it inside, right side out, so then the tail is inside. Now we're going to do 2 increases. So 2 single crochets in one stitch, 2 in the next stitch, and then we're going to do 2 single crochets in the next 2. So 1 in one stitch and then 1 in the next. And we're going to end with 6 stitches around. Okay, and then you're going to be done with that. We're going to pull out a tail. And now we're going to sew this onto the head between the eyes. So I like to do the top between the eyes, and then the bottom is where the increases are. So you're going to take your darning needle and you're going to sew your snout on your hedgehog. So I like to take mine in between the arms, and then, so that's where my bottom stitch usually goes, and then the top is in between the eyes. So that's a good place for you guys to see how I do that. So this is the only thing that you have to sew on, and it's not hard at all. It doesn't look right any other way, so there's really not much way that we can get past the sewing of the nose, but honestly it's not that hard. It doesn't take that much time. So yeah, so we sew it closed, and then we don't stuff the nose, and then you hide the end, trim the excess, and this is what you have. You have a little bald hedgehog now. So now we're going to embroider a brown, like I am using now, or you can use black acrylic yarn, or you can use brown or black cotton, whatever you use to embroider. And we're just gonna go through the nose and back and forth and back and forth. So we're gonna create this nose kind of out of the acrylic yarn, and I just go over it, 5 or 6 times, and it creates this rounded look. And just make sure the tip is covered completely, and then you're gonna fasten off your embroidered color, your acrylic yarn or cotton, and tuck in the ends and cut off the excess. So we have a brown nose, or black if you have black. Super cute. So then I like to tie these pieces together. It just secures it better, and then I will stuff this into the body to hide it, and voila! We have a nose on our snout. So cute. Alright, so at this point, this is what it's looking like. Now we're going to take our faux fur yarn for the back. We're going to start on the bottom of the hedgehog, and we're going to leave one row around where the feet are, the eyes are, the arms are, and we're going to slip stitch the faux fur into there, and then we're going to follow that round that we started in, and we're going to surface crochet all the way around, kind of like in a spiral. But if your crocheting doesn't follow the spiral, you may have to like crochet over, like skip over to the next row when you get to the beginning where you started. I'll kind of show it to you when I get there, but we're just gonna surface crochet this fur into the back, so it's kind of acting like that back part of the hedgehog. And because it's the faux fur and it has those, you know, the furry effect, it covers up this tan brown part in the back, and it makes it look super cute. So just keep continuing, and just be mindful of having that one row in between the feet and arms. That way you don't get into that row where the feet and arms are and have to crochet around them. Okay, so now we're back to the beginning, and I just like to surface crochet into that beginning one just to, you know, cover it up, and then we'll start on the next row. And this is where I'm meaning we may have to skip to the next row because it doesn't really follow the spiral, because we're technically crocheting the opposite direction. So I would just say continue all the way around in a spiral as best as you can, and just make sure the whole back is covered. And each of these are surface crochet. You just go through the stitch with your hook and pull your yarn through like you would be crocheting. Again, if you need help with a surface crochet, I would just look it up on YouTube. There's plenty of people that have done tutorials, and it's very simple. So this is why this hedgehog pattern is so easy. So just make sure that the whole back is covered, continue all the way around, and then we will fasten off when we get to the end. So keep doing that. This is a good time for me to introduce myself or tell you guys about me. My name is Michaela. I own a small crochet business called Crafty Colbs, and this is my YouTube channel, and I post anything about my life, motherhood, crochet, travel, anything you can think of. I just post anything what you may like. So today is a pattern, and I hope you guys liked it. If you like this content and like all the other content I do, then be sure to like it, comment, anything really, and subscribe. I greatly appreciate it. So back to the pattern, we're going to fasten off right here, and then you'll tie it off and hide the ends, and then cut off the excess. And that's it. I like to ruffle this up a little bit just to make sure that I got everything covered, but that's it. You're done, and now you have a baby hedgehog. Enjoy! Thank you guys for watching, and I hope to see you guys in the next one. Bye!